Hi guys, today I'm here to do a book haul, and it has been a little while since I have done one of these. So I do have quite a few books, but not too many. It's not like I have like 30 books or anything crazy. I really do need to just start doing like monthly book hauls, and no matter, even if I only have like 3 books that month, it would just be so much smarter than waiting, because then I kind of forget. Like, I'll see a book and I'm like, did I actually show that in a book haul? Or I feel like I did, but maybe I never actually showed you guys. So I don't know, I feel like I forget because it's been so long. Like, I can't actually remember if I actually hauled Lady Midnight. I think that this was in my last haul. But I have this book now, and it was fantastic, and I loved it. So a few of these I have bought, and then the rest were sent to me, and then I have a little unboxing to do. I guess I can start with that, actually. Yeah, I'll just start with that. So this was sent from Big Honcho Media, and yeah, let's open it up. Okay, so, oh yes. Okay, so I actually remember getting the email about this. This sounds super creepy. It's called The Cresswell Plot, and anyone that likes scary books, I'm sure you're gonna love this. It hit shelves on June 7th, and it says, this family keeps its secrets buried, dig for the truth. Wow. Okay, anyways. Yeah, I definitely remember that email. Okay, so there's a really creepy box in this box. Let me take it out and show you. What is this? Okay, so this is what this looks like. It's kind of heavy. It says The Cresswell Plot again. This family keeps its secrets buried. Okay, so let's see. Is that how I do it? How do I open this? Oh boy. I think you're supposed to slide it, but it's not really. Oh my god. What? Okay, guys. There's dirt in here. Oh yeah, this is full of dirt. Oh, this is scary. This is when I feel like maybe I should not be opening things from people I've never met in real life. Okay. Oh my gosh. Guys. This is terrifying. Am I gonna have to dig in this? Oh no. No. Okay. Oh, I see a corner. I see the book, I think. Or I'm hoping it's the book. Oh my gosh. Please do not, like, jump out at me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I see the book. Okay. I'm starting to feel a little bit better about this. Alright. Watch me drop this, and I actually just vacuumed today, so I would be pretty unhappy, I'll be honest, if I just spilled this all over the floor. Okay, let's see if I can get it out. Oh no! No! I just spilled so much. Dang it. No. Okay, well, I think I did the best that I can do, so it should be empty now, I guess. I'll take this outside and dump it out to make sure, but I'm pretty sure it was just the book, I'm pretty sure. So let's go ahead and open this. It was in a little protective baggie. They did protect the book. Oh no, there's definitely dirt in with the book, so it's not protected at all. I mean, it adds more creepiness to it, you know, you got a little actual dirt on there. So it says The Cresswell Plot by Eliza Wass. And this is an uncorrected advance proof of this. Okay, well that said it hit shelves on June 7th, but this says June 16th, so I will check out, find out what is for sure, and I will put that in the description for you guys. Okay, so if you have never heard of this, it is, from what I got, it sounds like it's like about this creepy family where they kind of live out in the middle of nowhere, and the father is, I think it has to do with like their religion with the father, and he's the one that teaches them everything they know, and that God like speaks to him and then he tells the kids. And I think they do go to school though. Yeah, so they do go to school. They said there's freaks at school. It says they're marked by their plain clothing, their unexplained bruising, and just utter isolation from their classmates. And then one of the characters partners with a classmate, and I guess he kind of offers her a glimpse of what life would be like if she chose it for herself. But then, wait for it, just as she begins to form a plan, her father makes a chilling announcement. The Cresswells will soon return to their home in heaven. What? What? So he just decided that. I don't know if he's just gonna kill them all. That's absolutely terrifying. It's really not very big. So scary. That was an amazing unboxing. That definitely freaked me out. So well done. Well done. Just like with all these books, I will put like the Goodreads link and stuff in the description. So if you guys want to check that out or add it to your like to be read pile, I will do that for you guys. I don't know if I showed this one in my last book haul, but I have The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead. Penguin sent this to me, and I'm actually currently sort of reading this. I did kind of take a little break. It's not exactly what I was expecting, and unlike her other books, I wasn't just immediately super into this or anything like that. But I thought that I was at least over 150 pages in, and I kind of just took a little break. I'm reading some other stuff, but I will come back to this book. And it's just very different than her other books. Not that it has to be a paranormal or something for me to like it. It just, I don't know, it just really isn't catching my attention very well as I hoped it would. Next, I have The Winner's Curse by Marie Rutowski, and I had heard about this all over BookTube, and I never really stopped to hear like what it was about. And I finally just randomly one day at Barnes & Noble bought this, and then I read it super quickly, and then from there I got the second and the third on my Kindle, like through renting through my library. Loved this trilogy. I highly recommend this. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars for all 3 books. I did plan on making a review, and that never happened. But I will just tell you that it was fantastic, and I loved the main character, and it just was really good. And I think one of my favorite parts about this book is that I think that it focused, it's definitely, there's war, and I think that instead of the main character being this like beast that's so good at fighting and that kind of always saves the day, and that's really good in that one sense, instead this author focused on more of the strategy side of war, and the main character is intelligent and so strong, and I just loved reading about her. I just really loved the strategy and just her always kind of playing a few steps ahead, and it was just so fun. The romance was amazing. It was just incredible. I think these books got better as they went on, and the third one was amazing. I definitely want to buy the second and the third one for sure. And then next I have the amazing A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Oh boy, I read this in like a day or something crazy. I just loved this book. It was so good. It was everything that I wanted after reading the first one. I actually just recently reread the first one, and it was everything that I wanted and more. I love that it's bigger than the first one. I think it was better than the first one. The romance was incredible. Just the character development, and the main character grows so much in this story. Oh, it had me on the edge of my seat. Like, I could not stop reading it. I got to the end and it just killed me, and this next year is going to be really long waiting for the third one, let me tell you. If you guys missed my most recent tag video, I did the coffee tag, so I will link that below. But in that video, I actually talk about this book, and that is The Dragon's Blade, The Reborn King by Michael R. Miller. And this author contacted me about reading this book, and he signed it and everything for me. And so this just is about dragons, and it's like a fantasy where I guess dragons once were around, and then they were kind of reborn into human form. And then now the Prince of Dragons has been, I think, rebirthed again, and he's a baby in the human world. And then I think this is like fast forwards like 20 years, and he is now the leader, and he's really, I don't think he's ready for this role, but he takes up the Dragon's Blade, he's the only one that can, to lead his people, it sounds like, and to kind of form the alliance between, it says, humans, dragons, and fairies. So, yeah, but this definitely sounds good. I've heard good things on Goodreads, so I'm excited to read this. Next, if you missed my unboxing for this, I can link it below, but I have the Trials of Apollo, Book 1, The Hidden Oracle by Rick Riordan. And I really want to read this, but I'm trying to finish what I'm currently reading first. It's really hard. It's a struggle. But I've been waiting for this for a long time. Rick Riordan is one of my favorite authors. If you guys have been subscribed to this channel for a while, you know that. And so this is just all about Apollo, who is now in human form because he basically made Zeus mad, and he just has a lot of enemies. So he has gone to Camp Half-Blood, where he knows a few people, our favorite people from the old series, and he is going to just try to get in Zeus's good favor again and try to survive, because there's not only monsters that want to kill him, and he has like no power now. So I think this is going to be really good. I haven't heard anyone really talk about this book. I don't think any of my friends are currently reading this, so I'm really interested. I know it's going to be amazing, yeah, so I'm excited to read this. I'm hoping in the next like maybe 4 days or so I can start this. I'm just trying to finish what I'm already reading first. This book, I feel like I read it forever ago. I just don't think that I ever hauled it, and that is Nora and Kettle by Lauren Nicole Taylor, and this is book 1 of a new series. I'm not sure how many books there's going to be. Maybe there's just going to be 2. I don't know. But as I said, I actually did a review over this, so I will link that in the description if you guys want to hear more about my thoughts and things. But I did really enjoy this book. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It is a Peter Pan retelling, but I think just going into this, you don't know that right away. It's very subtle. But I definitely loved the characters. I loved the relationships. One character on the outside seems to kind of have it all and have this amazing life, and she is kind of wealthy, and really secretly she has a terrible father that beats her, and she's just trying to get away. However, she has a little sister, so she has to kind of protect her and stay for her. And then that's like the Wendy of our story. And then the Peter Pan of our story has his lost boys, but he is homeless. He's like an orphan, just like all these other boys. But this is set in the 50s, and he's a Japanese American, and he is an orphan, and so he has kind of run away from that home that he was in, and he lives with his lost boys. And he doesn't steal, though. He works hard to earn their food and everything. And their lives finally kind of cross paths, and it's just a really, really good story, and I really enjoyed it. This next book, I also don't know how to say this name still, and people are going to be laughing at me. Is it Aletha and Oliver? Alethea? I don't know. Alethea? Christina Moracho is the author, and it says, Aletha can't stop falling in love. Oliver can't stop falling asleep. And it says on the back, identity, illness, love, and how one decision can change everything. It's for fans of Rainbow Rowell's Eleanor and Park, which I loved. And it said it should appeal to fans of John Green and Sarah Dessen. So it sounds like these are it's about 2 best friends. They've been best friends their entire life. And I think that this is set when they are juniors in high school, and now I think she wants more, and I think he just wants to remain friends. And it does say something about Oliver's illness, where he wakes up one day and cannot remember the last 3 weeks. So he definitely has something going on. I think he has to go to like some clinical study. It definitely does sound pretty gut-wrenching, I can imagine. Set in the do-it-yourself mixtape and zine culture of the mid-1990s. Her whip-smart debut is an achingly real story about identity, illness, and love, and why bad decisions sometimes feel so good. So next I have Highly Illogical Behavior by John Corey Whaley. And I've heard a lot about this author, but I've never read anything by him. And it says on the back, Solomon Reed is perfectly fine. Lisa Prater is going to fix him anyways. It says that Solomon hasn't left his house in 3 years, 2 months, and 1 day, which is fine by him. And I believe that Lisa is planning on going to this like psychology program, and I guess that she knows him through school, or she meets him somehow, and it seems like her and her boyfriend and Solomon become really close friends, and I guess she tries to fix him, just trying to step in and help him, I suppose. But it says, with hilarity and heart, John Corey Whaley explores the ways in which we hide from the world and how love, tragedy, and the need for connection may be the only things to bring us back out. So this next book sounds really interesting. It is also from Penguin. It's called The Passion of Delissa. May not be saying that right, but it's by Julie Berry. And this is set in, what was it, 1241? Yeah, so the main girl, Delissa, it says she's a young gentlewoman with uncanny gifts. I think that she has the gift of healing people from what I've read. It says she's on the run from an obsessed friar determined to burn her as a heretic for the passion she refuses to tame. And then there's Botiel, who is a wily and charismatic peasant, a matchmaker running a tavern with her two sisters in a tiny seaside town. And this takes place in Provenza, which we now call Provence, France, a land still reeling from the bloody crusades waged there by the Catholic Church and its northern French armies. It says, when the matchmaker finds the mystic near death by a riverside, Botiel takes Delissa in and it discovers the girl's extraordinary healing power. But as the vengeful friar hunts down his heretic, the two girls find themselves putting an entire village at the mercy of murderers. And it says this will just keep you at the edge of your seat and make you wonder if miracles are really are possible. I have not heard anything about this, but it's definitely a pretty cover, and it definitely has my interest peaked, that's for sure. And the last book that I have is called The First Time She Drowned by Carrie Kletter. And this is also a pretty cool cover. And it says, Cassie O'Malley has been trying to keep her head above water, literally and metaphorically, since birth. It's been 2.5 years since Cassie's mother dumped her in a mental institution against her will. And now at 18, Cassie is finally able to reclaim her life and enter the world on her own terms. But freedom is a poor match against a lifetime of psychological damage. As Cassie plumbs the depths of her new surroundings, the startling truths she uncovers about her own family narrative make it impossible to cut the tethers of a tumultuous past. And when the unhealthy mother-daughter relationship that defined Cassie's childhood and adolescence threatens to pull her under once again, Cassie must decide whose version of history is real, and more important, whose life must she save. A bold literary story about the fragile complexities of mothers and daughters and learning to love oneself. The First Time She Drowned reminds us that we must dive deep into our past if we are ever to move forward. So this definitely sounds interesting. Wow. Okay, well that was all that I have for you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you've read any of these books or if you have any of these like on your TBR list or anything like that. I'll have a bunch of links below to their Goodreads pages. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.